What happened to that kid on the beach? It changed him.
Welcome to IAYTD and welcome to our review of American Assassin. Now, if you haven't seen one of my reviews before, basically I break down what it's about, I give you the what worked, I give you the what didn't work, and then I give you a score. So start with what is American Assassin? American Assassin is about Dylan O'Brien, who stars as a guy who has to watch his girlfriend and a bunch of other people be killed in this terrorist attack. So the opening scene of this movie is incredibly traumatic. So he then goes on this journey to infiltrate and hopefully murder these terrorists that kind of were in charge of this attack. What then happens is he gets kind of recruited by the CIA because they're like, he's off the charts, he's incredible, let's use him. So then it spirals into this big kind of government thriller with nuclear bombs, and it becomes a much bigger thing. We have Michael Keaton as a kind of trainer who is preparing Dylan O'Brien for this adventure. We have Taylor Kitsch, who is actually one of the villains, who plays a former student of Michael Keaton that has now rebelled for some reason, and that's something we discover throughout the movie. And then we have various CIA agents and whatnot, but those are the main players. So what worked with American Assassin? The first probably 15-20 minutes are incredible, and that should have been the first movie. That it kind of jumps from he wants revenge to he basically gets it, and then it kind of evolves into this other bigger spy espionage thriller that wasn't as interesting as that first section. That when he's kind of infiltrating the ranks and trying to, that is super interesting. Could have been the whole movie. I wish it would have been the whole movie. So that first section is really intriguing. And then the concept of why he's doing this is also really intriguing, but kind of pushed aside as soon as we get this bigger storyline. Dylan O'Brien is convincing as this character. Before this, all that I saw him in was, I think Maze Runner was the only thing. But this proves he isn't just one of those YA dystopian, kid actors. Like he's got some chops here, and he has potential to be an action star. And so I totally bought it. He had a lot of badass action scenes. Kudos to Dylan O'Brien for this. Now, what didn't work is, like I said, the movie becomes something else. And that movie is not as interesting. It's them trying to track down a nuclear bomb, and it feels all pretty cliche. The fight scenes are visceral, but nothing extraordinary. It feels ultimately pretty average. This feels like this should have been a sequel to the movie that I wish we got. That I wish we got how he trained, how he became this good at everything. Where in this movie, we really don't see that. He jumps from this traumatic event to all of a sudden he's a killer in the span of like a year and a half. But we don't get to see it. So I wish we got that movie and then this movie. But without that, we're kind of missing some key pieces. So we're not really invested in the movie as much as I wish we would have been. So because this movie really failed to capitalize on its strengths, I'm going to go with a medium score, middle of the road, 3 out of 5. I think Dylan O'Brien nailed it, but I think they wrote the wrong movie for him. That there was such an interesting backstory to this character, and they skipped past it to get to a kind of pretty standard action film. So I wish they would have capitalized on that, but they didn't. So it's pretty middle of the road. You should definitely check it out, though, if you were a fan of action movies, because there is some potential here, and this might be a franchise. I can imagine this character going on other adventures. So maybe with a sequel, we'll get something a little more unique. So thanks for watching IAYTD. Make sure to check out other reviews we've done, all sorts of other videos for you to check out. Thanks for watching.
You're gonna jump from cell to cell taking out terrorists.
For starters, yeah.